What's your biggest gaming accomplishment? I stopped playing Civ at 11:59 p.m. and went to bed. I was in the top 1% for all medics and revives and heals in Battlefield 1 in the entire world for about 4 months. I briefly led the country in revives on Xbox One for about a week before being passed. I'll never succeed that much again. I would have days where I'd revive 40 to 50 people a game. That game was amazing. I miss that game so damn much. EA fucked up and they know it. I made it to 100% on GTA Vice City. Best GTA ever. 100% completion on Red Dead Redemption. Managed to complete COD World at War on better and difficulty without breaking my controller. The grenade spam in World at War was enough to drive a man mad. Not just that, but the infinite spawn points. Took so long for me to learn that they only stopped spawning if you managed to run past a certain point. The level where you rush the Reichstag was so infuriating. My roommates at the time would attest to me screaming in frustration about how somehow the entire German army managed to be hidden behind one damn sandbag blockade. I bowled a 300 on Wii Sports Bowling. I beat Matt at boxing, dodging 200 lightning bolts in a row and getting under 0 minutes 0 seconds and 0 milliseconds on Hyper Dodger Chocobo in Final Fantasy X. Never been able to replicate either feat since then. I can consistently beat all my friends in Smash Bros. I realize that doesn't sound impressive compared to what everybody else will say, but it's enough for me. I can too, and it has actually made the game not as fun for me lol. It was an old WW2 online jet fighter game in the early days of online gaming, and I did the top gun move on my enemy. My plane was damaged and I was trying slowly escape as he followed behind me trying to finish me off. I pulled the nose of my plane up abruptly and then back down, causing my enemy to go under me, and then I was able to shoot him from behind and kill Hi Monsieur. He immediately disconnected from the game, which meant he was pissed. And the highest level compliment: running out of quests in Skyrim, Monsieur, yes, including the DLC. Hey, there's a Nordling that needs your help. Here, I marked it on your map. Stopping playing a game I wasn't enjoying. The reason this is a big deal: I'm a completionist to the core. I had to discover every location in Skyrim. I have to get every trophy in every game. And I almost never start playing a game unless I know I'm interested in it. I was assured by several people who knew my taste in games that I would love Assassin's Creed Black Flag. I looked at it, and the premise did seem like fun, and like it was up my alley. But a quarter of the way through, it was like pulling teeth playing. Finally, a Reddit post convinced me to stop playing. I was so happy when I started playing Abza that I knew I'd made the right decision. I missed it out on a lot of good games for the Xbox 360 due to thinking like a bellend. If I couldn't get 1000 achievement score, I didn't play the game. Got a PC and then couldn't actually be fucked to get Steam achievements, so just actually started playing games for fun. I ran a gold farm successful enough in high school to pay for first-year college. Zombie pigmen are very profitable. Getting the platinum trophy in Fallout 4 and all the DLC. Never playing that game again. And I'm never going for platinum again. Made Grandmaster in Overwatch ranked. I was playing versus mode on L4D2 and some weirdo found out I was female in the text chat and started sending stuff about how he was gonna find me in an alley and rape me in quite graphic detail. My next spawn, I was a hunter, so I pounced on that guy and shredded him to bits till he died. I never replied. I let that speak for itself. I'm not the best at Rainbow Six Siege, but I'm constantly trying to get better. Last night I clutched a 1v3 and a 2v2 in one game. I also dropped my first 4-piece and clutched final kill for the come-from-behind victory. Beat all Dark Souls games, DLCs, and challenge bosses. Killed Dark Souls 1 final boss in one hit. Beat Dark Souls 1 at LVL 1. I got Platinum Bloodborne and DS3. Some of those chalice dungeons towards the end were damn brutal. Fun fact: statistically, around 600,000 people have bought DS3 and not earned the achievement of beating the first boss. Ninja Gaiden on the NES was the only new game I could afford that summer. God damn, that game was a classic. Took a hell of a long time to beat. If you want your mind blown, watch people speedrun it. Probably getting the "what a long strange trip it's been" achievement in WoW back when I played. To get it, you basically had to fully complete, and in some cases do some crazy requirements for every single holiday event. I think the main thing that makes it impressive is that it took me just over a year of playing to get it, which means once I started doing the holiday events, I didn't miss a single one, and fully farmed them all. Man, I played a lot of WoW back then, when I finally built up the courage to use mic in games. I have extreme social anxiety and my heartbeat goes up whenever I'm about to join a VC. Being a chick, I've been traumatized after playing R6 Siege, but now I switched to squad and the community is much nicer. There are still some guys that I always have to say something up my gender, but it's noticeably less frequent than in other games. Getting a refund for FIFA 2020. My shiny Rayquaza, he is my baby, didn't nickname him. I was the best Zyra League of Legends champ in the world for a period of time, and was also in the top 300 players in North America as well. This was back in like 2014, before I got a job and had to calm down a bit. But it was pretty cool to put in a lot of effort grinding and see it pay off. Name checks out. Completed GoldenEye on the hardest setting, killing every possible enemy by slapping the Monsieur. Quitting. Realized they were taking up too much of my time and halting my progression in life. Did you pick up any new hobbies that you enjoy? Damn, that's the best question. To his answer, he did not reply yet, lol. I got 100% on LEGO Star Wars. A man who doesn't 100% LEGO Star Wars isn't a man at all. Vito Corleone. Wanna throw one out myself. Took me 2 years, but I played all the Kingdom Hearts games up until 3 released. Was a long haul but worth it to this fanboy. Does all include Union X? And I commend you, sir. Getting through a game like Birth by Sleep is not easy. I would have done the same thing if 2.5 had the actual games for coded in 358 halves. Instead, all they had were cutscenes and quick recaps of the levels you would have played through. 3D was also pretty much non-existent. Did you play 3? And did you like it? Having the patience to collect all the flags in Assassin's Creed 1. Did you also get all the feathers in 2? Yeah, those aren't as bad. Only 100 as opposed to 400 flags. And at least AC2 gives you some kind of context for why you're collecting them, Monsieur. It kind of sad, really. I almost cried when I realized why Ezio was collecting them, Monsieur. Heck, Ezio overall had a beautiful character progression and story arc. I owned a time-lost proto-drake in WoW. Took exactly 1 week of camping and farming Zaragoza. Rage. I spent months farming that sob. Never even saw him except once. One time, I had a clear line on High Monsieur. I chased him down. I targeted, and prepared to launch an at disconnected. I logged back in to see some asshole paladin standing over the corpse of my dragon. Still salty. I have every achievement on Rocket League, which doesn't sound much, but for me it's an accomplishment. Well, I've been trying to beat Tayo in the Chocobo races at the Golden Saucer since the game premiered back in the 90s. No matter how many times I played, I could never beat High Monsieur even with my golden Chocobo. After playing the remake, I decided to revisit the original, and for the first time ever I fucking won. I beat that bastard. Now I just need to actually beat the game on my own. I've also never beaten Sephiroth. Have always had to have a more experienced player do it for me while I watched. TBH, I was amazed I got through the remake the way I did. On hard mode even. Anyway, Sephi, better watch out this playthrough. I've got him in my crosshairs and I'm headed to the North Crater. In Pokémon Red I completed my Pokédex. Got a Jedi fairly early on in Star Wars Galaxies. Actually got super lucky and didn't have to master too many professions. I then sold my character on eBay for over 1K, and bought myself a nice large screen TV. This might not seem like much, but I consider my biggest gaming accomplishment to be the friendships I forged through gaming. I've met people in games whom I still play with to this day, and whom I can talk to about anything. It feels like being part of a family you never knew you needed. It turns out the real achievements were the friends we made along the way. Smiley face. Finishing Halo 2 on Legendary without skulls. 200 Terraria fishing quests. Counter-Strike. The year was 2007. Me and my 3 friends, casual players, are facing a clan who went on to compete in CS World Cups. So an actual professional group of gamers who got paid to win at CS. We were getting annihilated, of course. 2 kills, 16 deaths type stuff. My 3 boys get killed immediately. It's 4 professional CS players versus me, and I kill all 4 of them. Monsieur, it wasn't a fluke. I was running around, got into a couple firefights and just straight up beat all 4 of them. Monsieur, it was insane. When I finally got a dart pistol after killing 20 mimics in Terraria, I was number 12 on the global free-for-all lobbies in Modern Warfare 3. I would regularly play against number 2 and number 4 and IRC never lost to them. Monsieur, I would get cocky enough that I would go against them with only a pistol and still win. MW3 was basically made for my playstyle, and having host advantage always helped. My KD wasn't too crazy, about 2.5, but the speed at which I would get them was outrageous. Regularly beat boosters just by killing people more quickly. Map knowledge was the most important part. Knowing spas was also super helpful. My longest win streak was 76. It is really sad that I used to play at that level and now I just can't. I got slower and everyone got better at the same time. Not to mention the rheumatoid arthritis already started kicking in at 26. I once won a round in Rainbow Six Siege during the droning phase. Long story short, I was playing IQ, back when her darts did 10 damage, and the enemy team started gunning themselves down. Now, I was still new enough to the game that I didn't even stop to think that this was weird until it was over, but experienced enough that I wanted a piece of the pie, so I shot a dart out for an assist only. As it turns out, the instant I fired, they had downed 4 of each other, and the 5th one had less than 10 health left and just happened to be the one that I shot at. You mean Twitch? I played through the fire and flames on hard and the crowd did boo me. Not getting too caught up in it. My whole life, if I got into a video game, it would destroy my productivity and I wouldn't be a functional adult. Today, I only play a couple online dirt bike games and some Mario Kart 3DS. I beat that shit. Getting both Clean Hands and Ghost achievements in the Dishonored series. That was fun as hell. Top 50 on the NA StarCraft 2 server. Sacrificed my college GPA to get there. Back in WoW, BC tanking guerrillas and combat rogue evasion tank FTW. Mostly thanks to a great raiding guild at the time, but it was a fun challenge. All-time highest win rate, 92%, for any LVL 39 character in Warsong Gulch in WoW back in the day. Had a perfectly geared druid, which was the optimal flag carrier for the Capture the Flag Warsong Gulch format. Character name was Sprints. Win rate was certainly boosted by the fact that I frequently played with a large posse. But we also were almost always playing against a similarly organized team on the other side. More importantly, I beat fully organized teams essentially by myself, with 9 other random players who I was not coordinating with and who were not optimally geared. At least 10 times, often having to go kill the opposing flag carrier while holding my own flag. I'm on 17 games in a row surviving in Dead by Daylight. I've come so close to death. It's anxiety-inducing as fuck. Thank you so much for watching and have a good day.